Alright, so I am back in LEGO Fortnite again, and I have just finished this new little flying device I have created. And unlike my last one over there in the background, I actually have a name for it. I'm calling it the Hammerhead Dragon because it kind of looks like a mix of a hammerhead shark and a dragon, if you squint a little bit. I've also used some stuff to make it have really cool spikes on the back. I don't know what the phantoms are doing, they're just being weird. Well, it's mostly the mini phantom that's being weird, the other ones are behaving normally, for once. Anyway, this thing doesn't really have the best turning, but I didn't really have much room to add turning to it. But it does have a bit of speed, to the point where it lifts itself off the ground. Does still need a little bit of a push from these thrusters though to start going up. And it's honestly probably the easiest to fly that I've made so far, but I also just have more experience with non-balloon flying ships now, so that's probably also a reason why. But the party phantoms being a bit weird. And it is rugby tackling the mini phantom. Just an average day with the phantoms, they're always doing weird stuff. So anyway, I think this one's all cool and stuff. Yeah, the phantoms always are being a bit weird, so I'm not really surprised. Surprisingly enough, the Sky Phantom, the original one, has been behaving rather well actually. I haven't seen it floating up into the sky. Well, I haven't seen it doing that, but it doesn't mean it isn't. One problem I found with the no balloon flyers, I don't know if this is just a thing that non-balloon flyers do, or if it's just something I keep doing wrong, but with all of them, they all constantly aim upwards. I don't know if that's just something that happens with non-balloon flyers, or if that's specifically my ones. So yeah, I'm rather happy with this little flyer I have made here. Gonna try and not crash into the party phantom. I spent a long time on that. Now, unlike my other ships, such as the stunt phantom down there, the really small one, that's a bit away from the others, and the other one I have somewhere around here, I think it's the one next to my village. I remember I have two that can do barrel rolls. This one unfortunately cannot do barrel rolls because, I don't really have any room to add the things needed to do barrel rolls. Although I have added my favourite thing, a reverse feature, which works a bit too well on this one. And again, it is just really fast in general. But yeah, this one and the stunt phantom can do barrel rolls, but this one cannot. It's more of a speedy one. I'm going to try and seemingly fail to park up next to this one, which I still don't really have a name for right now. But this one also had a bunch of fiery lights on it. This is my other flyer that is not a phantom. All my other vehicles of this kind of size are just phantoms, or this size and bigger. I say this size because I do have the speeder, but this is like my first non-balloon flyer, and it's not really good. I mean, it does have 3 extra seats, but it's just kind of like way too fast for its own good. It can take off without even using the other boosters. Oh god, the Party Phantom's a bit glitched. If you can see, one of its wings is raised up more than the other. This one is still like easy to control. It's just like really fast, so it is difficult to tell exactly where you're going with it. I mean, I still think, despite being the first one and not all that great in like control, it is still the best one because like it has never crashed, well, yet, and most of my other ones have crashed several times, and so this one's just like the fastest thing I've ever made. And it has a few hover bricks that it can use to, you know, not plummet into the abyss. And I'm landing on water. Yeah, I definitely made this thing a bit too fast. I don't think I've actually ever shown this one off in a video. I mean, I have shown it, but I don't think I've like shown just how fast it is. It's a nightmare to park. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this whole process again. Ooh, please don't hit that. Oh god, it hit it. Alright, whoa, yeah, this is a nightmare to park, that's why I don't usually use it. Maybe I should just start parking it somewhere else. I've just damaged my main base. That's my sleeping base. I have a base for storage as well, and then there's the mini phantom. I know I've shown that one off. Yeah, I know I've shown off the mini phantom. Still don't really have a name for this one, as I've said. I'm just gonna show it really quickly because I think I did like show it before, but I didn't really show it off that much. I almost drove this one onto water, forgetting it doesn't have hover bricks on it. I think this is like the only non-balloon flyer I have that doesn't contain hover bricks. It also commonly gets damaged because of that, and thankfully I have not broken it yet, but there is a first time for everything, and I know I'm going to break this thing eventually. I should just add hover bricks, but unfortunately I'm too stubborn for that. So yeah, I have those 3 non-balloon flyers. I have the Micro Phantom, which is kind of a non-balloon flyer once it's like in the air, but it needs its balloons to get into the air. I'm just shoving it around now. See, that's a non-balloon fly when it's in the air, but it needs balloons to take off. But it even has like hover bricks on the wings and tail. See, this is the only non-balloon flyer without hover bricks. I mean, even this Phantom, the original one, the Sky Phantom, has hover bricks because I built it like a bit before like hover bricks. That's why it doesn't have any of the technology boosters on it, because they didn't exist when I made this. But when hover bricks were first released, I was like, I'm gonna add those, so I stopped crash landing all the time. And these chests are barely accessible. They don't have anything in because they're actually more for just weighing it down. which I've realised now that I haven't really shown off the main Sky Phantom, I don't think, except for possibly. I think I did make a video about all of the main three Phantoms I had at the time. When I made that video, I have another one obviously now. Other than that, I don't think I've really shown it off that much, and I'm not planning on showing it off again because it is like a nightmare to like get back down on the ground because of how big it is. And then there's the newest one, the Party Phantom, which has these thrusters in the back because of some reason, and it mostly has technology thrusters. And it just has like all this kind of stuff on it. Has a jukebox as well, and it has computers. And I did not really do a very good job with the railing, but hey, this thing's made for partying, not being safe. And then the Mini Phantom seems to have finally stopped bugging out. This is just like a little attack ship, which you can tell from all of these mounted on the front, which I probably shouldn't be aiming at the Party Phantom. And then there's my favourite of the Phantoms to take on a joyride, the Stunt Phantom, which has absolutely no weaponry on it, unlike the first two Phantoms I made. And it's kind of like the Party Phantom, that also doesn't have weapons. And this one's literally only made for me to just drive around for fun, even though it's not really that efficient. I did try make a Storm Phantom, which used like entirely these, like, I think they're called Raven pieces. I think they're from like the Raven Castle. It was like using entirely those kinds of pieces. And I gave it like the purple thrusters and stuff, but it just flipped itself upside down. So I did what any regular person would do, and I just threw a bunch of bombs at it because I got kind of mad. Because I spent hours on it. Mostly because I was being really silly with the flooring of it, and like, yeah. So I've only recently started adding floors to my builds, as you can see, because the old ones like the Mini Phantom and the Stunt Phantom don't have floors because I just couldn't be bothered to use floors. And I spent more time on the floors of this Phantom than I did with actually the rest of it. Like adding all this stuff on top, adding like the driver's seat and the thrusters and the balloons, the floor took longer. Also, these pieces here are because of obviously me messing up on the floor. These were the only pieces I could find that would fit in this gap. So yeah, that's the only reason that's there. But yeah, like this whole video was about this new ship, and I just ended up blabbering on about all my other ships. I have a habit of doing that. Don't know why it phased into the floor, but it's no longer in the floor. Thankfully, unlike the Micro Phantom, this one cannot be pushed. So yeah, this ship is really cool. Well, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm gonna return to lobby now to show my sprite collection because I am trying to find trades, but I just don't trust the actual trading things that have been set up on like Reddit and Discord and stuff. I just don't trust those. And I know it's stupid to trust YouTube more, but still. Also, I just can't be bothered making an account on either of those. I'm gonna show my sprite collection, and if you have anything to trade, like leave a comment or something. Trust me, I will know if there's a comment because I never get comments, so I will probably just receive a notification or something. I think that's what happened when I received like one comment forever ago. Ah, rewards to claim, 1 second. That wasn't in the battle pass, it was in the music pass. I finished the battle pass. Anyway, yeah, alright, just waiting for it to load. So, yep, this is my sprite collection. I have the John Wick, Batman, Hollow Foil Batman, Gummy Water, Regular Water, Gold Water, Galaxy Water, Hollow Foil Water, those two variants, yeah. So, yeah, this is my sprite collection. If you want to trade, I am always happy to trade. I don't even really use any of these sprites. I've mastered the ones I want in Sprite Pod, and like, other than that, I kind of just don't use any of the sprites I have. I have this sprite as well. I think that's kind of rare still. Also have the Gummy Grim sprite, but I'd have to buy that one back. Same with the Looting Llama sprite. Don't have the Peely sprite yet, and that's the main one I'm trying to find. So if anyone has a Peely sprite, I would be happy to trade because I mainly just want to get all the sprites for the sprite mech, and that's the only one I'm missing from that. So yeah, that's my sprite collection. If you want one, I am still missing a lot of sprites, so I do need to like do trades and stuff because I can not find many sprites. Anyway, how close am I anyway to getting those quack sprites? 1, 2, yeah. Alright, I'm 3 rewards away from getting a water quack sprite. I do want to try get the 0 point quack sprite. I would literally give anything for the 0 point quack sprite from my sprite collection, to be specific. To be specific, anything from my sprite collection, because I realise how bad that would sound if I didn't specify. I mean, I'd even give like multiple sprites for a 0 point quack sprite. So I am always like open to trading. So if you want to trade, leave a comment or something. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm ever doing. And I guess that's like the end of the video or something.